I've been in prison for 30 years for murders I didn't commit. I was charged with murder, which I did not commit, but I could not prove my innocence. I was an insult to the justice system that was supposed to protect the innocent. My life in prison was a real hell. I lived in mud, cramped and terrified. I was forced to work for pennies to survive. I was tortured, beaten and humiliated. I saw my fellow inmates dying of disease and violence, and I was powerless to do anything. I lived in constant fear for my life. I feared for my safety because every day in prison could be my last. I couldn't sleep at night because I was always expecting an attack from other prisoners. I was suffering from hunger because food wasn't enough. I was forced to eat what others refused to eat, and this led to health problems. I saw my inmates starve to death and I knew I could be next. But now I'm free. After 30 years, I was found not guilty and I can start living my life again. But I can't forget what I had to go through in prison. I cannot forget the suffering, hunger, illness and death of my fellow inmates. I will never forget the horror of being in prison, and I will fight for justice so that no one else suffers the way I have suffered. I know my life was full of pain and suffering, but now I have a chance to start a new life. But no, it's not. There is no peace and tranquility in this world. I can't forget what was in prison with me. I can't forget how I suffered and how my inmates died. I can't forget what happened to me. Every day in my life, nightmares now haunt me. I've seen too much suffering and horror. I can't forget the general smell of the prison cage and the sounds of suffering. I feel that I am there again and again, in prison. And what kind of new life? I missed everything: my youth, my career, my love. I don't know how to live in this world, and I find it hard to find common ground with people. I don't know how to communicate with them, how to live in this world. I'm haunted by nightmares over and over again. I can't forget what was in prison with me. I can't forget how I suffered and how my inmates died. I can't forget what happened to me. I am now a few. Nobody needs me. I don't know how to continue living. I don't know how to deal with these nightmares and fears. I only wanted one thing: to be found not guilty. But now that this has happened, I don't know what to do next. I was left without anything, and I find it difficult to live. I don't know how to continue living. But I can't just give up and go to jail again. I have to live on and fight for justice. I have to find a new meaning in life, or I can't live in this world.